Hi guys, welcome to a newly installed system. We're always testing out the latest ISOs and we've built another one. And we're back on the old machine of 8 years old. It's called Alienware X51, right? And this video is all about Carli. A few days ago somebody mentioned on Discord, hey, Carli 9, it's not possible to build it again. And so I went and investigated. Something went wrong with the keyring. So I've made a new keyring, right? So ArcoLinux, let's have a look if Google finds it. Yes, ArcoLinux ISO, Carli 1, Carli 4, Carli 3. Gonna work for me. And this is what you should binge watch, right? There's somebody saying online, hey, would it not be nice to have a ISO to build an ISO together with LARPs? This is a great project for it. We have explained already, you can build Carli with XFCE, with Plasma and so on. So if you omit the desktop, you just enter a black screen and then you type your commands that you may or may not have already on the ISO, and that's it. It's not that difficult as a challenge. Let's go to Carli GitHub. So Carli 9 is the latest version, so what you should do is of course always get the latest thing. I'm gonna git clone. Anybody can download the zip and can extract, I hope, right? And on this particular desktop, so I always work on my desktop, and then I move it to wherever I need it to be, or otherwise I just delete it, right? So you get your git clone, and inside the git clone, Carli 9, if you go for this you should read, right, and that you should read, basically I'm gonna go fast. That's built. That's it. That's all you need, and off it goes. Hopefully everything works fine. Then I know I can say safely to the user on Discord, try again. Now, the build sh could be Ctrl-C, maybe more interesting to launch it with a -V, otherwise you are looking at the screen, nothing is happening, and you have to import the key, it says here. So yes, and we have a problem. What could I do? I could make it easy to make a file. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a file on there and see if that helps. Voila. And one of the advantages of git cloning is that after a day or two of a week you say git pull, right? So we get an import Carli key. So I have a file. Let's try this file out. So is this going to solve my key? There you go. The key is imported, and I forgot something. Yes. So how easy is it, right? I go to the other computer, push it again to the internet, and a fix is coming. And we're back, and it repeats itself, right? Git pull, get new stuff in. And I have my import Carli. Now it can go. And I do it again. No, I guess well, actually I can do it here. ls, where am I, right? Import Carli key. There's one thing I needed to do. Getting is one thing, but locally signing, that's another thing, right? So now the system knows how this key from Carli can be trusted. And now I can have my sudo build sh -v, and off it goes. And everything works. I mean, if we are at the bottom, I'm gonna stop the video, right? Just showing, guys, this is a basis of a lot of possibilities. There is a world out there of scripts and elements and packages, and LARPs is just one of them. There are so many out there, and you can build a basis with Cinnamon, with Deeping, with GNOME, with Mate, with Plasma, with XFC, but also with nothing, right? And if it's still downloading anyway, so let's just go into it. With nothing is just this little bit, right? If you don't want Dolphin, Neofat, Jbin, paste, git, just delete this, right? The Carli keyring, make your own keyring, of course, or stop using signing altogether. And Calamares, yeah, you're gonna need the Calamares installer or not, right? If you want to have LARPs, we end up in a black thing. You type in your commands, done, and you go through the process of LARPs. So it's all what you desire. But in answer to the person who got the idea, who got the what if I combine the knowledge of ArcoLinux ISO and then put something else on it, be my guest, but think it through. What Lego pieces do I want? You don't need Calamares then, but maybe you still need this one, and grub and partition manager is Plasma. Bash completion, I was on Void the other day and I was missed it tremendously. So bash completion is your tab, right? It auto completes file names and commands, right? That SDDM is not LightDDM, it's the choice. Package kits is for Plasma, and this is Plasma. So if you don't want all of this, any of this, maybe that's a good way to start. Delete all this and build Carli. See what you get, right? So many things you can do. Main thing is, since we went to signing packages, I have to be careful about all these things. So import Carli key is simply what it says, right? You go to the internet, to a key server, and you find our key that I just created yesterday. So it's a new key, right? And so do a git pull for sure on your Carli 9. Everything is back the way it should be. And this one is signing it. So get me a key, sign a key. And since it's still working, my system here, the keys is actually very good explained in one of the last videos. It's a long video, it's a technical video. It's interesting, right? It's interesting. So I want to show you, where should I go? First here, then to here. I'll get there, guys. No thank you. Videos. Another white thing here. I agree. Go on. The machine is actually working pretty hard, right? You don't see it, but it's working hard. Processes, come on. CPU 0%. Come on, show us. He's building the ISO. And where's that? That's here. Not yet, not yet. He's building init file system, so that shouldn't be so hard for him, but it is. I hear the fan, maybe you hear the fan kicking in. He's cooling, he's cooling. Ctrl-T, sensors, the old machine, ooh, has to work. Okay, well, if it's not above 80 or 90, then I'm still okay with it, right? GPU core, look at that. All kinds of informations. Well, I better start with my meeting. So let's wait for this. Alright, let's finish this video here. We've created an ISO. And where is it? In out. So that's how it's working again. We need to have the key, a new key. Import Carli key sh is there now, and it's already online. And you can do anything with it, right? It's an ArcoLinux based on Arch ISO application, and it's now up to Super F7 if it's installed. Have you ever installed VirtualBox? Well, mostly I do it straight out on Calamares, but if it's not, well, I have a way of installing things. Well, I was thinking there are several ways I can show you something, but let's do this one. .bit.ly arcogetstarted is what we do. Core members and the beta testers as well, and maybe anybody else, right? Doesn't matter. Oh, the numlock is not on, that's it. Okay, cool. Please. I am making a tutorial. That's not capital, shouldn't be. Bit.ly arcogetstarted, and now the numlock is on. I think it's 8, the last one. Yeah, cool. So this is what I do. Almost did the wrong choice there. It's in here. I extract it. I delete it, and I let the machine do the job. You need to have employees. This is my employee. Minimal start here, minimal for core team, and all kinds of other things you may be interested in. All right, and here's my VirtualBox template.gz, but it's not installed. So that's just the setting, right? Minimal, start here, Eric, go and have some fun. Now you can walk away, and the thing is just making the system up to specs. I get my Spotify in, as you see here. I get my Spotify in, I get InSync, so Google Drive application to sync my around 4,000 wallpapers, so I can switch. I have Vivaldi and FM Pech codecs, so YouTube. Have Wi-Fi, so Netflix, right? Bravebin. I set myself to learn more about Brave and Bravebin. So another browser with some Tor functionality. I do love WPS Office. It's so similar to Microsoft Office. There you go. So if you want to see a spreadsheet, it's cunningly the same. Right, this PC, new document. Look at that, right? It's so easy to get going here and not lose time. This is a dangerous one for me. Do not install this just for the computer of Eric Dubois, Intel-based graphical card. This is not an Intel-based graphical machine, right? This is a basement computer. It's coming from my basement. Alienware X51 I saw somewhere there. So it has a graphics device, Intel, but also an NVIDIA. So basically, if you don't know, do nothing. And I don't know. So I'll test it out later. Right, so we have here a particular file that I add to my X11 folder that is specific only for Intel node tier, stuff like that. It's gonna be, that's that. And if you see here, this is still pretty virgin. There's only data with ArcoLinux Nemesis. So basically I installed some of these packages of the ArcoLinux GitHub in one go. It downloads everything, it's gonna run some scripts, the scripts that are in here, and Super F7. I do not have VirtualBox yet, so I go in here, AUR, and then you decide, right? I have a Linux kernel, not Linux LTS, so this is for the Linux kernel. And installing VirtualBox, the tip, if you installed it, reboot, right? I think, install VirtualBox for Linux, right? It's the name of the kernel. Linux, Linux LTS, Linux Zen, Linux Hardened, enter. And off it goes. Because, why VirtualBox? We want to install Carli 9 and see how it looks, right? I should stop saying right? So, you got to reboot, basically. Good message. And there we need to cut this video, reboot, come back, load up Carli in the out here, and have some more fun.